recording in progress. It always says that. So, all right. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Manny Monday. I am super excited to do this nail today. We have been working so much with our neon pigments, and I've been seeing a ton of neon pigments. Last week we did like our Lisa Frank inspired nails, which were super fun. Now we're just going to actually be doing some swirls. So this doesn't have any neon on it yet, and that's because I just wanted to show everybody kind of what it is that we're working with here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And as always, I like to start with just a plain nail. So here is our plain nail. Now today we are going to be using our Accents Black On. This is a good one. And these are, they're very highly pigmented. I like to kind of roll them in between my hands like this and get them all combined. Now I've used this pretty frequently, and so I don't have to do that. But if you are one of those people where you have gel polish sitting on your shelf at home and you need to get it all combined, that is how you do it. Hey, Miss Lynn, I'm so happy that you're here. I want to come to Wyoming. I think I'm coming to Wyoming in August. I'm taking a little trip to go see my mom and dad. So as you can see, this is a very pigmented black. And you don't want to have too thin of a coat. Hello, Miss Deb. Not too thick, because if you make it too thick, it prevents the polish, the gel polish, from curing all the way through. I don't know if you knew that. So if you've ever seen gel polish where you have cured it and it kind of wrinkles, or it's like wrinkle, 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 that's what the problem is it's actually too thick of a coat, or maybe your gel polish hasn't been, shaken good enough, if that's the right word for it. So we'll go ahead and put that in our lamp. We're going to do a 60-second cure on that. And we are going to be using also Accents. I have to find it here. We're going to be using our Accents Gel Clay in white. Where is my Accents Gel Clay in white? I found it in black. Okay. We will use, I had used something earlier that actually worked out really good. There it is, right in front of my face. Don't you hate that? Silly. Okay, so we're going to use our gel clay in white, and I actually had stirred this, so we don't have to worry about that. Before we do our swirls, so I get this out because I thought if I need to stir it, I'll go ahead and stir it, but I don't have to, so we're good. So because we're going to be doing neons, and you don't want the neon all over the black nail, you only want it on top of the white design like this, we have to make the whole background matte. So we're going to be using Magic Matte. That's funny. Magic Matte. No white top coat. This is from Profiles Backstage. And you can see this is nice and black. We don't need to add another coat. That saves you time, right? So much time. Okay, so we'll do Magic Matte, top coat that. All right. Well, hello, Miss Crystal. Oh, this is so exciting. Hi, Ryan. All these fun people coming to see us. So for those of you on Zoom, you know that we also do a live on Facebook at the same time. What's really cool about that is with Zoom, we're able to take that video and put it on YouTube. So we will have access to that constantly down the road. But then also with Facebook, we're able to share it to a lot of different nail groups all across the world, because of, wonderful technology. So we're just trying to reach as many people as we can. It's pretty great. Okay, so while that is curing, How does that work? Yes, what a great question. Believe it or not, I have 3 devices going at the exact same time in my little nail area. It takes so much like coordination, but we definitely get it together. Okay, so here is our white, our gel play. And the reason I like this is because after you have used it and painted it, it has that sticky layer. It's not like slimy, it's sticky. And so that's really good for us as we're getting ready to do our neon work on top of our black. So here we go. We have our black. We're going to do some swirls. Now, if you know anything about me, if you've watched any of my work before, my nail work before, I absolutely love, love, love swirls. I love doing them. I've worked on trying to perfect some different techniques to get them all done. So for example, with this one, and I didn't make it too, like it's not too difficult because I don't want everybody frustrated with trying to do a nail like this. But we are going to start down here in this corner and we're just gonna do a couple of these like pretty little leaves, okay? So we'll start there. So we'll start down here in this corner and you see I have a very thin brush. Now the first place that you drop your brush is where it's actually going to be the thickest of your line. So where you drop your brush like this, I'll show you, no matter how light I try to be, that will always be the thickest part of my line. So just know that that's, you know, if you want it thin, you might have to flip your finger around, flip your nail around. Those are some of the things you need to remember. So here, we're actually not going to re-dip. We're just going to grab that little bit of gel there. And we're going to go like that, okay? Very smooth. You don't have to be, it doesn't have to be like a hard move at all, but don't be afraid to load your brush either. You know, sometimes we think of ourselves like, oh, we just want a really thin line. Well, that's fine. Don't be afraid to load your brush just a little bit, okay? So we're gonna do another one right here. First place you drop it is gonna be the thickest. Okay, and we'll, don't dip again, come down like that. Okay, I actually think we're gonna do another one. Now I typically use my brush perpendicular, okay? So that means I'm gonna show you like this, okay? This is perpendicular. You can have a lot of control when your brush is like this. Instead of it being held like a pencil where it's all flat, you don't get those thin, thin, thin lines. You get, you know, a little bit of like flatter, squishier lines, for lack of a better word. So we are going to use this to give ourselves a flat, squishy line. So you just add a little pressure and then you pick up your brush and that's where you get that thin, thin little tail. You can see where it's kind of like a little calla lily, right? Something like that's coming out. Okay, so let's do it again. We'll come over here and we'll press down and then pick up our brush, grab up here, and we're gonna do another little layer like that, okay? We see there's a little bit of a skip, skip, skip. There, fill that in. Okay, now as we're getting right into like the thick of this great artwork, if you guys could do me the greatest favor, if you would just share this video, that really helps get this kind of education out there. We want everybody to know, look, you can come get nail art on Many Mondays, right? So if you could do that, that would be wonderful. And I'm so, so appreciative. And you know what? We all been kind of sad in our homes over the last couple of years. So this is a good way to get some happiness out there. Sunshine, sunshine in a bottle. All right, let's grab, and we're gonna, you see how we put that nice and flat, and then pick up, there we go. Grab here, pick up again. All right, let's do, this is super fun. This is kind of my fun stuff. Now, instead of doing like the little petal, this time we're actually going to do just like what we did, like that little calla lily, where you press flat and then you pick up your brush very lightly Do it again over here. This time we want it kind of longer. So I'm going to start up here, press, and then pick up your brush. There you go. And press, pick up your brush. There we go. See how pretty? So cute. If you can perfect how to do that kind of little thing, it will make you, like you'll be able to do easy salon nail art very quickly. Now let's come up here and let's grab a couple more, okay? Let's do a little guy right here. We'll grab our corner. Kind of make ourselves like a little petal, right? Same here. Let's make it a little bit longer. And I think the idea is definitely that you want to be able to do nail art in the salon, but you don't want it to take you a long time because time is money. You don't want that. You don't want to lose the time that you need for that next client. Right? Let me do a couple of these little guys here. They're like little teardrops, right? And maybe a nice long one right here. Oops. Yeah, so pretty. Just kind of a fun little design. Now let's grab, we'll do another one here in this corner. Sorry, I don't mean to block you off. Let's actually scoop this out like that. I'm not real satisfied with this one, so we're going to fix that too. There we go. This is almost like one of those giant banana leaf palms, something like that. You know, of course, I'm thinking always super tropical. I live in Florida. Oh yeah, so cute. And then you can just grab your little like teardrops here. So nice. I think, you know what, I think that gives us kind of a nice idea. We're just gonna grab a couple little teardrops, make like a little longer one here. I'm gonna make it blend right in there. There we go. And then at this point, if you want to add like little dots or anything like that, you definitely can. So we might add a couple little dots down here, just kind of fill in our little spots. If you have a dotting tool, you can definitely use that. I just use my brush typically. We'll do a couple here. I do this kind of artwork a lot, even just on like people who want like French manicured nails, but they want a little bit of artwork. I'll just do a little bit of white artwork on them. They seem to really like that. All right, here we go, a little more. Or of course, the black and white looks amazing, but we are on our little neon kick right now. At least I'm on a neon kick. I don't know about you guys. I am pretty excited about the neons. So I'm gonna cure this. We're gonna just cure this for 30 seconds, okay? And that'll give us still enough of that sticky that we can put all of our pigments on top of it, because that's, you know, that's the super exciting part about this. Okay, now while that is doing it, I'm going to show you another little design on this little guy. I already got the black on it. It's already has its matte. So now we're just going to use our white. And this is, you know, one of those styles like everyone's been talking about or that you've seen, you've probably done them a lot, where you just have kind of like your lines that are all crazy, very like non symmetrical by any means lines. You can kind of make it thicker in some spots and thinner in other spots. So that's really cool. Do that. And then we're going to do another little guy down here. You see how I'm pressing out my bristles on my brush? Okay. And I'm going to leave a space and then I will show you why we're leaving that space here as we finish this little nail. All right. So this is like super, super simple artwork with our neons. And then we have where we did our little filigree, which is not as simple, but still very, very pretty. All right, that looks pretty great, right? It's just like, I know it's not exciting, but it's gonna look really cool in a minute. Promise, promise. I gotta fill this in just a little. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and cure this one. So this one's 30 seconds also. Put that in our lamp. And I can put away our white now. We're gonna be done with the white. And this is where we pull out all of our pigments. So I already did that for everyone. I got them all here, so you can see them all. Like how pretty. Woo! So you can see. They are so messy, but they're so wonderful. So you just kind of deal with the mess, right? So we're gonna take this nail and we're gonna start with our pink. And we're gonna come in here and we are going to start kind of like dabbing. Maybe dab down here. This is I just absolutely love this kind of artwork. Okay, let's go ahead and grab maybe some of these, like this little purpley color, magenta. Do here, kind of blend that in just a little. I'm gonna wipe off the pink pigment off of my little applicator. We're gonna take some orange. Maybe a little bit of orange down here. We'll grab some yellow. Yeah, see, like this is why it's so pretty. I love, love, love this kind of stuff. Right, a little bit of green. And then let's grab a tiny bit of blue. And then finally, let's do some purple. That is all rubbed in so good. Now we are going to dust off all of this. Okay, now I just have a brush here. It's just like a little fuzzy makeup brush actually. And that's why you want to use matte, because it will not stick to the matte. It's only going to stick to that white that we did. Okay. So now at this point, you can do one of two things. You can come through and you can top coat it with matte, or you can top coat it with shiny. Or if you want to be extra, extra, you can come with just your shiny and just cover over your design using shiny. Now for today, we're just going to use shiny, all the way shiny. So I have Accents Shine On, one of the best top coats out there. So go ahead and get this top coated. And because we only did that 30-second cure with that artwork, it's fine. It's not like under cured, but it still had that little bit of sticky. So now we can top coat. Yeah. So good, right? Love it, love it. Okay, let's go ahead and cure this. And everyone can see how awesome that is. All right, so there's that cure. Get that one curing. Okay, now here's our like wonky little, I don't know, like funky little lines, okay? We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna grab all of our little different pigments and we're gonna put some pigment in here, a little bit down here. And you can do this, like you can do butterflies, you can do some beautiful, beautiful pieces of artwork with this concept. Little tiny bit. Okay, so, oh, Cindy, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so the white that I'm using, it's actually gel paint, but you could use gel polish. So great question. So this is, I used the Accents Gel Play. you know, my pour container, it's seen better days, right? It's been loved gently. So this one, and I then just cured it for 30 seconds because then it still allows it to be sticky. Now, one of the things I did notice, I had done some artwork similarly with the accents white on. Once again, you have to do a 30-second cure as opposed to a 60-second cure because it doesn't have enough sticky if you make it too long. We'll do a little here, green, little green, and then let's do some blue and purple and purple up here in the corner. And to blend it. Not like super happy with that. All right, that looks better. Okay, so now we're going to dust all this off again. Use our little makeup brush. And you can see the only thing that sticks, it only sticks to that white. So all of a sudden this looks better, right? Doesn't look like so, I know, janky, all right? It looks a little better. It's such a funny thing to say. Okay, so with the same brush that I had used the white, we are actually going to take some clear and we will use our Shine On. So let me move my pigments off my little palette. I would love to do neon for you, my good friend Kiana. It's so pretty. And you know, it's like, I think I had said this even last week, like as I started watching Stranger Things, it just brought me back to all of these amazing like 80s things in our lives. I was like, oh, I loved that. Oh, I loved the 80s. The shopping malls, you know, the neon, the side ponytails, all those things, right? Okay, so here is just our little dollop of that clear. And what we're going to do is we are going to leave the background matte, but we're going to come through and we are going to make our neons shiny. So here's our neon, making it shiny. We'll make this one shiny. And because we want all of the background mostly to be staying matte, we're going to leave that. But we are going to take and do some artwork with just the shiny. So for example, right here, we can do another cool little line, but it's just going to be a shiny line. See that? Up here, same. Do a little line, but it's shiny. And then here in the middle, we can do same. Kind of follow that same pattern, but it's just shiny. And we'll do a little thin one right here. So then you have the thick and the thin. Some of it is, there you go, some of it is shiny, some of it is matte, and I think I need to do this one. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and cure this one. Oh no, no sound. Oh my goodness. The internet's giving me grief today, huh? All right, so here's one. All completed. Turned out so good. Okay, good. I'm so glad you have sound now. I don't know. So where I live, they're actually building like 7 houses just down the street. And sometimes the internet gets like a little bit beat up because of them with their building houses, they're doing, you know, dirt work, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of crazy. So I have noticed that sometimes that causes a problem. But here is one of our fun nails. So remember, black and then matte. You have to use your matte. And then using white, that's where you can paint any design. You could do flowers. Like imagine if you did this and it was mostly like greens and yellows. That would look kind of like those palm fronds or banana leaves, something like that. That'd be really cool. And then we did this same one here, which is just those crazy little lines. We kept the whole thing matte, but then we were able to come through and just do a little bit of the shine on top of the matte. But you know the whole nail is protected. So that's just a couple really, really simple designs for a Mani Monday, following our little 1980s neon life. Last week was Lisa Frank. This week is let's just do some neons, right? So I am super anxious to see all of your nails as you get these completed. So this, of course, will be available on a lot of different platforms. This video will be on the Mirage Spa Education page on YouTube. So don't forget to check it out there. And then also, if you could, if you don't mind sharing this video, that would be great on Facebook. And then we'll be uploading it in a lot of different nail groups later. But I wanted to also tell you guys about a special opportunity that you have. If you go to the website misscheryl.com, there is a free ebook that you're able to download. And it's a real quick, easy read. It's about 11, 12 pages is all. And it talks about from having a setback to having success. So please don't forget to go onto misscheryl.com and get your free ebook. So love for you to do that. And then from there, you will actually have a lot of opportunities to see what we have all available for you on our website, our school website, which is Mirage Spa Education. So I hope that I get to see some of your nail work. If you guys would send me photos of your nail work, that would make me really happy. And in the meantime, I will see you next Monday for Mani Monday. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll talk soon, okay? All right, bye.